You guys are just stopping me, particularly from going in and using it.
Yeah.
You guys are denying me service because of my assistive devices.
That is correct.
Part 15 of a multi-part series featuring Guilford County, North Carolina. This is the last of the 3 videos focusing on the tangled web Boyce wove while on the stand in district and superior courts. In late 2019 and early 2020, Alfonso Boyce worked as a security guard at the Guilford County complex in downtown High Point, North Carolina. The video of Mike's first encounter with Boyce on December 18, 2019, quickly became the most viewed on the Blind Justice channel, reaching over 400,000 views. And although Boyce's words and demeanor were pleasant that day, his actions were discriminatory and illegal. Do you remember the second time Mike encountered Boyce at the courthouse on January 31, 2020? Well, the county attorney discovered at least one more video that Boyce recorded on his personal body camera. This video was played in the recent suppression hearing only after the judge granted Mike's Brady motion. The beginning is difficult to hear, but don't worry, when Boyce starts speaking, it is loud and clear.
Coming to court places, they're not identifying. Can you tell me who's here trying to give me orders?
Well, you can come in,
Okay.
but you have to turn your devices off until you get into the clerk's office and use it for what you need to pay.
Okay, can we first establish who's here trying to give orders without identifying?
I already told them some.
I got you. But these other people are doing the same thing.
I don't know all the names.
Will you help me get it? Because they're not really telling me their names. I need to file a complaint. I need to follow some legal action. I need to know who's going to do for the mine.
They're all here.
Okay. Will you guys identify yourself, please? Is anyone here law enforcement other than the deputy? So you're not going to identify yourself as law enforcement? Or?
So do you want to come in?
Yeah, I'm still trying to, but I don't feel safe right now because of the junior people here, and now they're talking, in addition to threatening order.
Right.
So,
If you want to come in, there's more than one.
okay. Can I
But you have to turn.
will you help me figure out who's here to me on law enforcement?
I'm here to address you. I can't. Or nobody give their names to you. I'm here to address you.
Okay.
Welcome to come in, but you have to turn your devices off until.
Why is that?
Because you already read the order.
Okay. Well, I'm asking for a reasonable accommodation or modification to the ADA. And Patricia Dixon is supposed to address this quickly. Everyone go here. Yeah, fix Yeah, I guess I get to speed up on this too. It's not a problem, though, right? It's actually a conversation. Yeah. No. I don't get it. Because I mean, records request.
Good enough for me.
State statute, records request, they're part of the legal here. They're trying to demand ID to do a records request. And the state statute says you do not. So they're violating state law. You want to enforce that. Somebody said a legal name gets filed with me, and they're trying to do it. Put it on the camera or something. But they think it's hard. They have that, identify anything
So you already have
in order.
this to come in,
Okay.
but if you want to come in, you have to turn your devices off.
What order are you in?
And you've heard that judgments and all the.
Oh, a permit. Okay. I don't have a permit. I have assigned to the name provided. Somebody filled out erroneous information. Isn't that they report the name? Makes sense.
Go ahead.
You need to know that one.
He is live streaming his interaction right now, speaking with Mr. Taylor. Yeah, I don't know if he knows that or not, but he is currently live streaming.
He's live streaming right now still. He has not turned his phone off per his court order that they have.
So. Okay, thanks.
Anything else? And your jean jacket, you
So safe, I'm pretty. What, you wanna hang out with me now? You wanna hang out with me?
You're the previous one. That's my make sure that
There you go.
Track your movement.
It's okay, Mike. No one's tracking your movements. Hang outside. Wait on him? I have no fucking paperwork. I don't know what Sergeant Gilchrist went. I don't know what Sergeant. Yeah, that chain. She went around here. I think she's on the phone. Just if he doesn't want to stop live streaming, he has to go. That's it. That's all you have to tell him is he has to go. He doesn't go. He's going for second-degree trespassing. I'm done for the day.
The permit says he cannot record. He's recording. He's got to go.
So I just need anybody here from the county to tell him he needs to go because he's still live streaming. He says, hell no. He's going in cuffs. Ends the story.
Yeah, we just had somebody call the clerk's office complaining about seeing the live stream.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
So y'all know.
Yeah, see, let me going down. So he has to go. I have no idea what she's talking to. What's so hard at just tell him he has to go. He doesn't want to go. Secondary trespass. I've been through this with the magistrates enough time. He'll understand that. Damn it! Now he's gonna leave. No, don't let him leave. Don't leave. Don't you leave. No. You ain't gonna stir this shit up and leave, you bastard. You're gonna come back. You're gonna fucking go to jail today. That's all I need is one person to be like, okay, well, you gotta go. No, fuck that. Oh. And I will put his ass in the fucking floor today.
Boyce testified he didn't have any personal animus toward Mike before February 4th, 2020.
Did you have any feelings of personal animus toward Mr. Nelson?
No, sir.
Boyce swore under oath that Mike was probably not at the courthouse on January 31st longer than 30 minutes.
Back to the 31st. How long was I there at the courthouse?
I cannot recall how long you were there.
Was it longer than 10 minutes?
Possibly.
Was it longer than 30 minutes?
Probably not.
And the body camera footage that was played in court was less than 10 minutes, correct?
Yes.
Why does the body camera footage not have the entire encounter?
Because it wasn't turned on until it was turned on. It wasn't turned on until I turned it on.
Boyce testified that he wasn't talking about Mike.
You testified that language was not directed towards me. Is that right?
No, speaking in general.
When you said this fucking guy, you weren't talking about me?
Did I say your name?
That's not the question, sir. Please answer the question.
Well, if your name wasn't mentioned, then it wasn't towards you.
In the context of the video, it's clear that you were talking about me, correct?
In the context that you think it was talking about you, but your name wasn't said, so it wasn't mentioned for you.
Who were you talking about?
I can't remember at that time. It's 2 years ago.
Boyce swore under oath that he didn't ask courthouse staff on the 31st of January 2020 to tell Mike to leave.
Did you go around and try to get other staff members to tell me to leave so you can effect an arrest?
No, you were talking to Sergeant Gilchrist.
That's not the question. The question is, did you go around and ask other staff members at the courthouse to simply tell me to leave so you can effect a trespass arrest?
No, I didn't go around. You left already, so there's no need for me to go around and talk to anybody.
Okay, let me rephrase the question. In the courthouse on January 31st, 2020, did you talk to other courthouse staff and try to get them to tell me to leave so that you can effect a trespass arrest.
That's an answered question. No rude. You can answer it.
No,
Okay, do we need to play the video to refresh your memory, sir?
I know what was said. Then tell him go outside. I said next time. That's it. That's all you have to tell him is he has to go. He doesn't go. He's going for second-degree trespassing. I'm done for the day. So I just need anybody here from the county to tell him he needs to go because he's still live streaming. He says, hell no, he's going in cuffs. End of story. What's so hard at just tell him he has to go. He doesn't want to go. Second-degree trespass. I've been through this with the magistrates enough time. He'll understand that. That's all I need is one person to be like, okay, well, you got to go. No, fuck that. Go. And I will put his ass in the fucking floor today.
Boyce testified he didn't say he wanted to arrest Mike.
You said that you wanted to arrest me. Is that correct?
If you refuse to leave, you'll be arrested.
That's a yes or no question.
No, I didn't want to arrest you. But if you refuse to leave, then you'll be arrested.
Mr. Boyce, the question isn't what you wanted to do. The question is what you said. Did you say that you wanted to arrest me?
I can't recall exactly what the words I was said.
Okay.
Damn it, now he's gonna leave. No, don't let him leave. Don't leave. Don't you leave. No, no, no. You ain't gonna stir this shit up and leave, you bastard. You're gonna come back. You're gonna fucking go to jail today.
On the stand and under oath, Boyce denied saying he wanted to take Mike to the ground and put him in handcuffs.
Did you say that you wanted to take me to the ground and put me in handcuffs?
I said, if it came to that, I had no problem doing that.
Okay, we all heard the video, and that's not what was said, Mr. Boyce, correct?
Language in there.
I didn't hear the response. Please don't interrupt. Like when I'm speaking, I need just one person talking. I'll restate the question. Mr. Boyce, on January 31st, 2020, did you say that you wanted to take me to the ground and put me in handcuffs?
No, I said, if it came to it, you'll be taken to the ground. I had no problem doing it.
Okay.
So I just need anybody here from the county to tell him he needs to go because he's still live streaming. He says, hell no, he's going in cuffs. End of story. That's all I need is one person to be like, okay, well, you got to go. No, fuck that. Go. And I will put his ass in the fucking floor today.
Boyce admitted on the stand that when he stated these people, he was talking about First Amendment auditors.
Can I direct your attention to February 4th, the date in question? I think you said that you were told to stand by outside. Who told you to stand by outside?
I believe it was Captain Daugherty.
Captain Daugherty. And outside of the health department, the video we watched this morning, Captain Daugherty went away. He went across the courtyard. You turned back towards the health department, talked to somebody who came out, and you said, these people. Remember that?
A little different because
It's HIPAA.
that's HIPAA.
And that's where we talking about some federal shit. And then,
Yep. So
he's coming out now.
oh, that's
Mm-hmm.
in the courthouse. This right here be a dope right over here.
Yeah.
He's arresting him. He arresting the security inside.
I know we're dealing with him. We're waiting on a call back to see what we're gonna do.
People.
Yes, these people. Wait with this fucking clown. Barely, but go on.
What did you mean by saying these people?
I'm not too sure what I was talking to that person for when it came out, but could have been in reference to the situation, could not have been. I can't recall that.
Well, the video, she said she was talking about watching me addressing the security officer, and you said, yeah, these people. You remember that?
Yes.
Okay. So what were you referencing when you said these people?
First Amendment auditors.
Okay. I think you also mentioned that when you were talking to the magistrate at the end of your body camera footage. Is that right?
Yes. Hi, this is First Amendment auditor idiot number 2.
Okay. And what do you mean by First Amendment auditor?
The people who claim they're auditing First Amendment to make money on YouTube.
Okay. And so who were you talking about when you were referencing First Amendment auditors in the video?
The only First Amendment auditor that was in the building.
Judge, can you direct the witness to answer the question, please?
Restate the question.
When you reference First Amendment auditors in your video, who were you talking about?
I was talking about you.
Talking about me. Why did you use that term?
Isn't that what you are? Isn't that what you have on your YouTube page? That you're a First Amendment auditor?
Judge, please direct the witness to answer the questions.
I think he's answered it.
He's being argumentative, Judge. He's not answering the questions. He's non-responsive.
There's the answer. That's what you have on your YouTube page. Is that's what you do? Is that not what you do? Yes.
Let's move on to another question.
And Mr. Boyce, please respond to the questions that are asked. You're not the one asking questions.
Judge Class wouldn't allow Boyce to answer many questions regarding the First Amendment.
Did you swear an oath to uphold the First Amendment of the U.S. Constitution as a law enforcement officer?
Yes.
And is part of the First Amendment freedom of the press?
Yes.
And is that First Amendment that Congress shall make no law abridging the freedom of the press?
Relevance.
The relevance is this is
I'll sustain that.
this is the relevance of the case. It's one of the key theories of the defense.
I'll sustain it. I'll note your objection.
Right.
Boyce testified that it is not North State's policy for their officers to identify themselves.
On February 4th, were you in uniform?
Yes. That's how I come to work.
Was that uniform issued by North State Company Police?
Yes.
And is it part of your policy or the policy of North State Company Police to be fully in uniform?
Yes.
And does that include some kind of identifying name tape or name badge?
Yes.
And were you fully in uniform on February 4th, 2020?
Yes.
Is it part of your policy as a law enforcement officer with North State Company Police to identify yourself to the public?
No.
What is the purpose of North State Company Police having a name tape on the uniform?
So that you can read and see what my name is.
So that who can read and see what the name is?
Anyone in the public.
So it is company policy to make sure you identify to the public, correct?
It's company policy to wear your uniform. It's not possible to walk up to everybody and be like, hey, my name is Officer Boyce, and keep it pushing.
It's a yes or no question, sir.
I said, no, it's not in the policy.
Boyce testified that Leos must identify themselves before attempting an arrest.
As a law enforcement officer, in order to effect an arrest, are you supposed to ensure that you identify yourself as a law enforcement officer?
That's what the uniform's for.
The question is, Mr. Boyce, as a law enforcement officer, is it law for you to identify yourself as a law enforcement officer in order to effect an arrest?
Yes,
Okay. Did you do that on February 4th, 2020?
yes, I told you I was going to arrest you.
Did you identify yourself as a law enforcement officer prior to trying to effect an arrest?
Did I use specific words as law enforcement officer or police? No, but I told you you're going to be arrested.
Can citizens make an arrest?
They can detain me.
Is there such thing as a citizen's arrest?
It's just a word that civilians use. It's not really a thing.
You're not familiar with North Carolina statutes about citizen's arrest?
No, but if you are, please enlighten me.
Oh, okay. Nope. Just answer the questions. So you did not identify yourself as law enforcement prior to trying to effect an arrest on February 4th, 2020?
I did. I told you he was going to be arrested. I didn't use the exact words that you're using.
Did you say that you were a cop?
I told you he was going to be arrested. I said I did not use the word.
Yes, it's a yes or no. It's a yes or no question, Mr. Boyce. Just answer the question.
No, I didn't say I was a cop.
Okay. Did you say you're a police officer?
No, I didn't say I was a police officer.
Did you say you worked for company police?
I said that after you asked, yes.
We're talking about before you tried to effect an arrest.
No, I didn't say that before.
Did you say that you were with the sheriff's department?
I'm not with the sheriff's department, so no, I wouldn't say that.
Did you say you were any kind of law enforcement?
No, I didn't say that.
Okay. Did you hear Miss Barbie tell me that this is my security, they're all my security?
No, I did not.
You didn't hear that?
Boyce testified he may not have heard Mike asked Dougherty about filing a criminal complaint reporting a crime.
Did you hear that I was trying to file a criminal complaint?
I may have walked in on the end of that.
Boyce testified he received law enforcement training on how to engage with people with disabilities.
Have you been trained with your law enforcement training how to engage with people with disabilities?
Some disabilities, yes.
Have you been trained on how to engage with people with invisible disabilities?
No, because if you can't see, then you don't know they have it. I said, if you can't see, then you don't know that they have it. So how would you know they have a disability?
Does your law enforcement training include looking for cues or treating people as if they may have an invisible disability, such as a cognitive disability or a mental disability?
Yes.
And were you adhering to that training on February 4th, 2020?
Yes.
What kind of, strike that. Your law enforcement training on how to engage with people with cognitive disabilities, does it include speaking in a calm demeanor?
Yes.
Does it include not making threats?
Yes.
Does it include articulating the situation?
Yes.
And did you do that on February 4th, 2020?
Yes.
Is it true you said you have 5 seconds to leave?
Yes.
Is that acting in a calm manner?
We were past the point of calm manner.
In the case of Jones v. City of Columbia, the court said that probable cause is defined as a good faith belief that a person is guilty of a crime when this belief rests on such grounds as would induce an ordinarily prudent and cautious man, under the circumstances, to believe likewise. Mike was calm and collected the entire time leading up to the kidnapping, yet Boyce testified that the time for calm had passed. Does that sound like a prudent or cautious man? NCGS 15A-401 is the state statute on arrest by a law enforcement officer. The statute requires the officer to identify himself before attempting an arrest. Section C2A states, upon making an arrest, a law enforcement officer must identify himself as a law enforcement officer unless his identity is otherwise apparent. The law says that an arrest can be completed without the use of force. C1A. An arrest is complete when the person submits to the control of the arresting officer who has indicated his intention to arrest. But these procedural laws aren't the most egregious violations committed by Alfonso Boyce. From reviewing the video and audio evidence of the encounters, including the testimonies, do you think Boyce committed any of the following crimes? Assaults on individuals with a disability. NCGS 14-32.1, Class F felony. Kidnapping. NCGS 14-39, a Class C felony. Destruction, alteration of evidence. NCGS 14-221.1, Class I felony. Perjury. NCGS 14-209, Class F felony. Violation of oath of office. NCGS 128-12, a Class 1 misdemeanor. Not preserving and surrendering the public record to the proper custodial law enforcement agency. NCGS 132. Threats, intimidation, and coercion on a qualified person with disabilities. NCGS 168A and the ADA, 42 U.S.C. 12203. Police assistance to persons arrested who are unconscious or semi-conscious. NCGS 15A-503. Understanding that Boyce was contracted through Guilford County, North Carolina, and that there is audio and video evidence that Boyce may have committed several felonies, do you think this factors into the ongoing prosecution of a blind veteran? Thanks for watching. Deo Presto Libero.